I'm Stat.
I'm Gib.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Bennett.
In today's episode, we go over the Scotty Scheffler-Tiger Woods comparison, and Connor gives us his top 10 Marvel DC supervillains of all time. This is Cafeteria Conversations.
Ring it.
One take every time.
All right. So, yep, Scotty Scheffler coming off winning the Open in a dominant fashion. And so this, he's on a pretty big tear, especially within the last 3 years. I think it's, 4 majors now in 3 years. Yeah. 17 wins, I think, total or something like that. Yeah. But he's, people are starting to compare him to that Tiger run from 2002 to 2005. Obviously, nobody wanted to talk about the 2000 year with Tiger because that was way dominant. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think he's catching up to Tiger? How do we feel?
I definitely feel like he's on pace, right? Like he's still young. Obviously, he's peaking right now, so he's in his prime. I just look at everybody else in the field that could challenge him. And I mean, Rory can get hot, but he's not going to be there consistently.
He's played pretty well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, I feel like Rory will have like an off tournament or two where he might miss a cut, and I just feel like Scheffler just doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find a name that's gonna consistently challenge him tournament to tournament. So I would say he's on pace. I mean, if he can avoid injuries, he's definitely on pace and might be a little bit ahead of Tiger.
I 100% agree
at
with
this
that
point.
take.
At this point,
I don't agree.
I don't agree either, actually.
Tiger was so much younger. I mean, how old is Scotty?
Not even from an age perspective, but like, when Tiger was in his prime in that early 2000s era and late 90s, I mean, they were talking about Tiger-proofing courses, and they're not talking about that for Scotty, even though he's winning. Like, I saw someone say, Tiger changed the game. Scotty is just mastering it almost, and I think Tiger's achievements are still more impressive.
Of course, at this moment, yes, I agree with that. My argument is he's on pace to be just as good.
I think, Stad brought up a really good point. Like, if he stays injury-free, like, Tiger had some pretty terrible injuries, like life-changing injuries. Yeah. And, yes, that makes his comeback in 2019 that much more special.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But imagine if he never got injured.
That's my thing.
He stayed, and then we're not even putting Scotty in the same category because he wasn't off the course.
So if Scotty stays healthy, is he just meeting
I think that's
Tiger Woods? Like,
I think he's on course to get up there.
I don't think there's any shot that he's on pace, man. He's got 4 majors and he turns 30 this year. Like, Tiger already had like 6 by now, 8 by now. Like, is Scheffler really going to win 10 more?
I think he could.
He definitely could. There's nobody like Stat said, there's nobody that like walks in to a tournament and is like, this is my week to beat Scotty. Like, Scotty's greatest enemy is himself. I mean, if he has a
Rory
bad
McIlroy
week,
has won the Masters and the Players this year.
Yes,
and he just went on a tear at the Open. Like, Rory's really freaking good. Like, I think that's not a name to just kind of like push over right now.
And I wasn't trying to push over. I'm just saying, like, I feel like the consistency that Scotty has, like, obviously Rory has beaten him in tournaments. I mean, proof's in the pudding. But I think that even though he's 30 or he turns 30 soon, like, I just keep going back to the strict numbers of it. Like, I think he can reach the amount of majors that Tiger has won.
Is it just about numbers too? Like, Tiger's character, like he like defined golf and how much he cared, how much he was obsessed with the game. And Scotty, like, he wins a bunch, but he doesn't care as much.
That's
a
very good point.
I don't think
I don't think that's the right angle. I think he cares just as much.
I disagree with that take a lot.
I think he cares a bunch. He shows it differently because of how like passionately he is in like his faith in Christian. Like, I think that's so his approach to the game is so different than Tiger's.
Right.
So in that comparison, I don't think he's compared to Tiger because Tiger was golf, and it suffered a lot of his his family and certain people suffered from that.
Yeah.
But Scotty, walks to a course and he could care less if he wins or loses.
Scotty doesn't find fulfillment in the game.
That's
he
the
finds
word.
fulfillment
That's the right word.
in his faith, like Connor said. So, yes, does Scotty care about winning? Yes.
Yes, but
Does he care about being a competitor? Yes. And he is a competitor. But he's not going to go out there and say it like Tiger would. My thing is Tiger was number 1 in the world for 683 weeks.
Yeah.
At this point,
that's a long freaking time.
That's
a long. It's almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
a long time.
I think there's a lot that Scheffler has to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about Scheffler for a 3-year run, and Tiger did it for 10 years. Like,
Right.
He's got a long way to go.
So let me pose this scenario to you then.
Okay.
Let's say it's 2027.
Okay, so 2 years from now.
Right. I'm married. No, I'm just kidding. No, but so Scheffler has just had a 2000 Tiger season where he wins like all year long, like trumping what he did in 22?
Yeah.
And his major numbers are like 5 or 6 away from Tiger's. Do you think then he would like be on pace? Could you see my on pace argument?
I mean, that means he would have to win. If you're saying he's 5 or 6 away.
So that means he's won the Masters for the 3rd time. He's completed the Grand Slam.
Right, but like in order for him to be 5 away, he's got to win 5 in the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with that big year.
I mean, yeah, if he wins 5 majors in 2 years, yeah, I'll say he's on pace. Because, I mean, who wouldn't, right? Because then if he goes another 2 years, then he's got 10 majors, and then there you go, he's tied.
What makes you? Do you doubt that he can do that?
I don't doubt that he can.
You
do
just
it. I think
doubt
Scotty
if he's
is-
on pace or
Yeah,
not.
I don't like. I think Scotty can get to 10 majors
Okay.
for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, I think Scotty's really good. He's my favorite golfer, but like, I think it's just really hard to say that he's on pace when Tiger was number 1 for 10 years, won 14 majors, got hurt, comes back in 2019, wins another major. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it's hard to say. But I'm a Tiger bias guy. I think Tiger's the GOAT. So
That's very fair. I think. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I agree that Tiger's a go. I guess my perspective is more of like wishful thinking isn't the right term because, I mean, I do like Scotty. I don't think
we
he's
want
my
to see
favorite
Scotty
golfer.
do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we'd
yeah.
love
Oh,
to see it.
100%.
Because of that, like what we just talked about of him being a really strong Christian. But mine's more of like a projection, I guess.
Yeah.
What I've saw mostly about him being really strong in his faith and being a competitor and whatnot, but Nike, I mean, he is sponsored by Nike.
Right.
That is who his sponsor is,
Adam's
and they are a brand that is built on winning is everything. Like their Olympic campaign was like all or nothing sort of situation, and that's what their brand is built on, and that's not at all what Scotty stands for, which I think is really interesting. Like, yes, he's a competitor. Yes, he goes out there and he competes every week and week in and week out, but he's putting other things first. He doesn't necessarily, winning isn't going to break him or losing isn't going to break him. And like their post, I thought was the really well done marketing strategy is like, you've already won, but another one doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, like it's hard for them to, have all these athletes, and they did a really good job of moving around. Yeah, we saw it, Bennett. Thank you. Yeah. Of like bending from a marketing and creative standpoint of like bending their perspective to support Scotty. So I thought that was really interesting, and I thought it was really cool. Also to see little Bennett out there in like a Nike jumpsuit was pretty sick. So Nike did a good job on that one.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Another thing that I wanted to mention in the game of golf, Ryder Cup. U.S. has been terrible for a while now. I mean, I think we're like 6-12 and a couple ties maybe. Like it's just we've played so bad. I think, and I was telling a stat about this a little bit before. There's some important American guys that are on the live circuit that aren't top 15 in PGA points, and we're not giving those guys Ryder Cup positions, and I think it's why we've lost. Because I think when you have guys like Patrick Reed and Brooks Koepka as our U.S. golfers on live, like Patrick Reed is hated in the Ryder Cup by European fans because he's unbelievable and he's so good in that setting. And I think we need Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed, DeChambeau to go alongside guys like Scheffler and Morikawa and those guys. Like, I think we need that in order to beat them because they're really good right now. I mean, you got Victor Hovland, Ludwig, John Rahm, Rory. Like,
the thing about the Europeans is they're so balanced, right? Like, they've got their long hitters, they've got their iron players, they've got their dead-eye putters, and it just, I mean, you take a guy like Tommy Fleetwood, and he's never won on the PGA, but you pair him with a Rory or a Sepp Straka or a Ludwig. That's just like elevating his game, and I think that's the reason why they've.
I mean, Tommy Fleetwood's
consistently-
like second in second, or he's like first and second place finishes in the last like 8 years on the PGA with like 49 second place finishes. Like
Wow.
Tommy Fleetwood's great,
And
but
that goes back to the point you were making last episode is like I feel like the Europeans have really gotten the right players,
Mm-hmm.
and the U.S. has just tried to pick the best because of our
Mhm.
system.
Yeah.
And
it's like when they took a chance on young Ludwig. Like we've never really done that. Like our young up and coming guys, we go with like what Stat just said. We just take a top 15 guy, but they took a chance on Ludwig and then he tore us up. So it's like,
even like the President's Cup when the world team went with Tom Kim. Like,
yeah.
Right.
I think what's killing me right now is another live PGA thing is Phil should be the captain right now. This was always set to be his. It's been talked about for many, many years that this would have been Phil's captain year. And they kind of take that away from him because, he's a live guy. But I think it's stupid. I think Phil has done so much for the game of golf, especially PGA. People love Phil. Everybody loves Phil. And I think he deserves to be the captain. It's in New York. Like, it's kind of he's always played well. They've always loved him up there. I think that's a tragedy. I think Phil should be the captain.
Yeah.
I agree with that take. That's unfortunate to see. You hate to see something like that happen, but
But it's all right, I mean, I'm sure he wants it, but at the same time, he's making way more money than any other PGA guy right now. So probably besides Scotty. But that'll take us to our snack of the day, which is a banana.
brought to you by Shop eBay. Well, Gib, how's the banana? You're almost done with yours.
I love bananas. I had one in my protein shake this morning.
Gotta love the potassium.
I probably
That get you right in the funny
such a
bone.
freaking nerd, dude. I mean, we all are, but that was just like it's like when we had Sunny D the other day. If I'd have been like, that gum, that vitamin C gets me every time. Like, all right.
Anyway.
Anyways, if I had to do a ranking
Oh yeah, I got.
in terms of fruit, fruit's a hard thing to judge, right? Because you have seasonal fruits, right? Like a plum in the summertime is like phenomenal.
Who eats a plum?
Me, that's why I just ranked it.
A plum. Okay.
Have you ever had one?
Yeah, and it was not great.
You got to get a
Really?
firm
You don't
one.
like plums?
Firm plums are great.
I think they're better
I
than
plums.
peaches sometimes.
I disagree with that. Peaches are way better than plums.
Really?
Yeah, I'll
I
take
think a good
If you
plum
make
is-
peaches the right way, they're great.
How do you make?
What do you mean
My
make-
grandma,
Like, do you-
my grandma, like the way she makes her peaches, and they're
Is there a special way she picked them off the tree?
Dude, they
No,
made a
but
whole
like you
movie
make
about
them when you
making
cut 'em and
peaches
stuff.
right in holes. It's called sploosh.
yeah.
Culture yourself, Bennett.
Great
Season,
movie.
Great movie.
There you
But
go.
like, anyways, I love green apples. I love blueberries, and I love grapes when they're. I can't stand like squishy grapes. I
Yeah,
can't freaking
no.
stand them. But
You like them frozen?
When they
yeah.
get squishy,
You?
making them frozen's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, frozen
Um,
grapes are gas.
I'll probably have to put a banana at like a 7.5.
It's a good rating. Stab.
That's high for me. I'm pulling up my rankings. For me, I very rarely eat just like a plain banana nowadays. Like it's always
Yeah.
going into like a protein shake or a smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a good supplemental fruit.
Mm.
I would just never have it by itself.
So that make it like lower in your rankings then, or
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to rank it 0.1. No, 0.2 over the orange that we ate because the banana, I enjoyed the
that's true.
banana more than the orange. So,
So what's
banana,
the ranking?
7. Orange was 6.8, banana 7.
I think
Yeah.
that's a really
That's
good
solid.
spot for
Mine
it.
is 7.5.
No, yeah, I'm just saying like there were like a strawberry I'd rank higher, a pineapple
yeah.
I'd rank higher.
Well, the
Yes.
banana, like you're never gonna. I mean, like yes, there's sort of inconsistency depending on what, like if you get a really ripe banana or if like it's not. It's a green banana.
I love green bananas.
Really?
Yes.
That's
like
no.
right before they're perfect. Like right before like they're perfectly yellow.
Wait,
I like
pause.
a little
So
tint
you
green.
just said right before
no.
they're perfect,
Oh,
no,
that's-
perfect yellow.
Oh.
which would imply
So you
that
don't
the
like a
yellow is
ripe
the
banana.
best. You like, yeah, you like.
You don't like a green banana. You like,
Like
it
a
based
slightly tinted green banana.
Yeah, but you
like
don't
a
like
right
it-
before they're
right,
like.
but you don't
quote,
like
unquote-
a green banana.
No, if it's fully green, no.
Okay, all right. That's what I thought you were
can
talking
eat
about.
those things.
You're
You
like,
can
I
eat
love a green banana.
No, but it's like it's slightly firmer than like a quote unquote ripe banana.
Okay.
but it's great.
Anyway.
Gib?
All right, what do you rank it?
7.8.
Okay, I think because it's like I think my most consumed fruit. Like I eat a lot of bananas. You got something to say?
No. Go ahead.
And I just use bananas in like everything.
Right,
So I
yeah.
think, and they're super consistent
Banana
a bunch of
pudding.
the time.
Banana pudding's good. Banana bread's good.
Yeah, like you can use them in a bunch of stuff.
Like I said, supplemental fruit.
Yeah.
Who was the MLB player who was like no cramps, 3 bananas a day?
Munenori Kawasaki.
Monkey no cramp. Monkey no cramp, 3 banana a day.
Tradability, I don't think you really. Fruit is not a tradable.
I'm
item.
giving it an 8, by the way. I'm going way
Okay.
up there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think banana's
Okay.
great.
Would
Like
you agree? I
right
don't-
below watermelon.
See, I wouldn't rank watermelon that high, but
Really? Watermelon's the best.
You know what's sneaky up my fruit list now?
What?
Cantaloupe. A
Oh,
good cantaloupe.
okay.
Oh,
That's a terrible take.
So true.
good.
so true.
I agree.
That's a terrible
So
thing. I
good.
can't
I
stand
agree- I
melon.
agree with you, Stan.
Watermelon is the only good melon to me. So
I hate watermelon.
I don't like. I don't really like watermelon either.
dang. Okay.
To
Anyway,
me,
Gabe,
it's
what
like
were you saying?
bland Velcro.
Do you think
Yeah,
fruit's
I
like a
agree.
tradable item? I don't remember trading fruit.
I mean,
very
well,
often.
okay. Here's the thing: if you put a banana in a lunchbox and it's sitting there for 4 or 5 hours, all your food's gonna smell like banana. Your
also
banana's
warm.
gonna get
Yeah.
warm and ripe real quick.
Yeah.
So I don't think the banana's gonna trade at lunch.
I don't think
No.
it's like I wouldn't.
I can't think of a fruit I would trade. Like I wouldn't trade grapes.
Yeah,
I would. You
no.
can't trade an apple. Like that's like, yo, here's my bare hand on the food you're about to eat. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Like it's like,
Were you thinking about that at 8 years old? No.
yeah,
No,
dude,
you
I-
weren't. No,
yeah.
you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Dude, in middle school, bro, I was not about like
you
I
were
would
8
pay
middle
attention
school?
to. No, okay, right, but like I would not set my apple like on the ground and then pick it up and eat it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
But-
right? That's
Like on the table.
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat the bottom part that's touching it.
Yeah,
That's them lunch tables, duh.
yeah,
You know
right.
what's been on there.
Right? Yeah. So
All right. Did we get everybody's ranking?
I think we did.
All right. Awesome.
So this takes us to the main course, being Connor Gould's top 10 supervillains, only focusing on DC and Marvel movies. Off the top of your head, how many honorable mentions?
I have 4 honorable
Four
mentions.
honorable
Good
mentions.
amount.
That's our shortest honorable mentions list yet. How many Marvel DC? What's the
I
split
think it's
in the
okay,
top
hang on,
10?
Let me count.
Just in the top 10.
Just in the top 10. It's a 4 to 6 DC with 4 Marvel.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
That is
Okay.
interesting.
Because
Thank
DC
goodness.
is known for their villains.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
I'm
they
gonna
are a villain universe.
I'm gonna pose this question. What did you kind of go through? What was your thought process going into making this list?
Now, yes, I think this is very important because I did a lot of research and used ChatGPT to help me outsource because there's infinite amounts of comics. Like I'm
100%,
obviously
yeah.
I love comics and it's been a very big part of my family for a long time. And going to see all the Marvel movies and DC movies, always doing it. We're going to see the superhero and Superman and Fantastic Four movie this weekend. But
Is Fantastic Four out yet?
It comes out Friday.
Comes
Or
out
Thursday,
Friday.
technically.
Yeah, the 25th or whenever.
This weekend.
Midnight. Yeah. Okay. But, they started coming out with some of these stuff, like the villains' origins were in the 60s. And obviously,
Right,
I
yeah.
have certain first editions of comics and in these collection books that I've got when I was a kid. And, the art has obviously gotten exponentially better. The storytelling tactics have gotten better, all that sort of stuff. And, so I made this list to come back to what Gibbs' question was. I made this list on what my personal opinion, first and foremost. Then I went through powers,
Okay.
design,
Mm-hmm.
and then their enemies, like who they were foes against.
Oh, like if they could defeat them or how well they.
I mean, like
did
who
against
they were
them?
matched up against in their rivalry.
So did
with
you
Okay.
take any consideration kind of mind games?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Cool.
100%.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
So
do these
this will
honorable
take us
mentions.
to these honorable mentions.
Yes. Okay. So the honorable mentions. The first honorable mention, and obviously the lowest of the low, is just a funny one because I think it's one of the funniest supervillains ever made, and it's the Blob. Do you want to know who the Blob is?
Oh yeah.
From what movie?
It's
Well, he's not in. He's in one movie. He's in Wolverine, one of the Wolverines.
yes, one of the Wolverines.
Yeah.
I think it's the first one.
Yeah, the
No,
first.
maybe?
It's
Yeah.
when he gets his claws. Yeah.
Yes.
It's in the first Wolverine, and he's not depicted. He doesn't have the name the Blob yet.
Well, no, it's
Are you-
made fun of. He's it's a joke. Like he's
Right.
called "You're the Blob," and he hates the name.
Right, 100%. But he appeared in, I believe, an X-Men comic first.
Yes, he's an X-Men.
And so, but he's
He's a
basically just a big
really
old
big
dude
guy.
who can absorb like any sort of punch and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's
a
hilarious.
fitting last honorable mention.
Yeah, I just think he's funny. Like he's not like the Untouchables where you can't touch him, but
Yeah.
if you punch him, he's just gonna put it right back at you. Anyway.
Kind of like that scene in Kung Fu Panda where he like belly bumps.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Tai
yeah.
Lung. Like, okay. Next is Galactus.
That's in your honorable mentions.
It is just because
I'm
based
comfortable
on
with
the
that.
because he's not necessarily a super villain. He's not a hero and he's not an anti-hero. He's an antagonist, but he's not a villain. Like he
I
just
guess
goes around
that's
and
fair.
destroys worlds.
It's kind of like
and
his
people
entire purpose.
and people fight him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he has to
Yeah.
live. He has to eat planets to
Like
live.
that's his job almost.
right.
Like
it's
the
not like
natural
he
course of the universe.
necessarily right.
I see that. Okay, that's fair.
I had him in my top 10, and then I was like, actually, no, I can't. I
That's,
can't put him there.
Yeah.
I would agree.
My third is Mr. Negative, just because he's like just sick.
He was
And
really done well in the
in
Spider-Man game.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
video game, that's where I most know him from. Also, my Spider-Man comics that I have, he's in those.
He's a new villain too.
Newish. Yeah. I mean, super sick. The design of him is
His
really
design is
cool.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his design
it's
is
cool.
sick. So that's why he's up
That's
there.
a good honorable mention.
I mean, because his powers aren't like super powerful, but like he
No.
is. I mean, to use all this negative energy and whatnot,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he has a little bit of mind control ish.
yeah, kind of. It's a little weird.
He was in
controls people.
like
Shang-Chi?
like the
He was in Shang-Chi.
No.
It says that.
He might be
Mr.
mentioned.
Negative is a Marvel comic supervillain enemy of Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and Punisher, and Cloak, and Dagger.
Might be an enemy, but he wasn't in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not in Shang-Chi
'Cause-
unless his dad is technically.
No, he's
no.
the
Anyway. Okay. And then I made sure to clarify because this is the only group on the list, and this is my
Okay.
closest one, number 11, if we have to put it, and it's Doc Ock in the Sinister Six, the original Sinister Six, which includes Doc Ock, Vulture, Electro, Kraven the Hunter, Mysterio, and Sandman. No Venom.
Okay, I totally agree with this because, like, all of those villains are super iconic and super great, but they're also just none of them are like that, like top tier and like danger in terms of what they get. Like, a Sandman's cool, but like all of these are like minor villains, and
Yeah,
like
and-
Spider-Man defeats them pretty easily.
Right.
Most of
Yeah,
them.
but I
Especially
think
Kraven.
that's why they originally
Yeah.
they were put together
Or not
in the
Kraven.
comics to create
Right. Doc
more.
Ock was like, I keep losing to Spider-Man. Let me put together a team.
Yeah.
And it's
And-
like a team of misfits of villains. And
Right.
so
It's Marvel's really version of the Suicide Squad almost.
Yeah.
Not really, because
That's
the
a good-
Suicide
No,
Squad.
Suicide Squad's
Suicide Squad is
fancy.
something completely different. But like if you're talking about group of misfits, like
Yeah.
Gabe just said, I'm gonna go with.
I
The
totally agree
comparison
with that.
makes sense.
All of those hit home, right? I mean, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan,
Me too.
along with you. But like, you know, Raven is not like that dangerous of a superhero.
His
Sa-
movie was also terrible.
yeah, it
Craven's
was.
movie
Sandman
was
is
terrible.
not. And then, I mean, Craven. I actually think his character was super cool in the newest movie. I didn't think the movie was great, but I think his character is super cool.
Right.
Mysterio never felt like. I felt like that was a movie where Spider-Man was kind of like battling himself more than
Yeah.
Mysterio was actually
And-
a good villain.
And I think that's just the way the movie presented Mysterio. I think in
Yeah.
the comics, Mysterio can be more threatening.
Yeah.
That's true.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But-
I think they don't deserve a space in the top 10 because they need each other to be so good.
That's also true.
That's a very good point.
Do you
like-
have other teams in the
no,
top 10?
that is the only
Okay.
team on the list.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
what-
fair. That's
yeah.
fair. Then. Okay.
But it's like it should be at the top of his honorable mention list.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good pull.
Awesome. I'm glad you agree. Now, I will say, I think there are people in my honorable mention that are more powerful than this 10 spot.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's probably true. I mean, Galactus.
right. Like one of the most powerful beings of all time. But I think that this is one of because of the movies and the shows, this villain is just super well done. I love the actor that plays him. And I love, he's in the first, I believe, Avengers comic. And just, the God of Mischief, Loki.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get mad at it because I love the first Avengers movie. I'm a huge fan of it. Loki has a cool role. It kind of
He's in the
gives-
first Avengers comic, too. Like the very
Yeah.
first Avengers, he's the villain in that comic.
you know, his twisted brother relationship with Thor is fun and enjoyable. He was a lot easier to defeat, I felt like, in that final scene of the Avengers in that movie
Yeah.
because obviously what Hulk did was pretty hysterical.
I
but-
also feel like he didn't use a lot of his magic in that movie. Though.
No,
he
he
used
doesn't.
like none of it.
In other movies, that's like his like main power set.
Yeah,
and
like
he
in
just
Thor
doesn't use it
Ragnarok.
at all.
No,
yeah.
I mean-
In Thor Ragnarok, when he's not really a villain, but like, I mean, he is constantly using his abilities
Yeah.
over and over and over
He just
again.
Yeah.
doesn't like even in the first Thor and second Thor, he uses it more than in
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah, that first Avengers movie, I mean, he's like riding around on those things that the aliens were flying, and it's like, you like was shooting out of the. I mean, he can make knives out of his hands. Like you see him
Yeah.
throw them later in
Yeah.
like Thor Ragnarok, and like, yeah, that's a good point. He didn't really use his powers.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But I think those powers are there, not just like because we're talking all the time. In that movie, he's defeated because he's young and naive, and in the sense of the movies, his character arc is
Right.
still
Yeah.
going, and then it eventually he turns into an anti-hero to a hero, yada yada yada.
And he still is
But-
very intelligent, and I love an intelligent villain. I think
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's such an underrated quality of a good villain is when they're like super intelligent and like
100%.
thoughtful in the things that they
Yeah.
do.
Not
I
just
know-
a meathead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know there's a villain coming up on your list, or like I hope he is. I think he's the greatest of all time. Whether you have him anywhere on this list, but I'm not going to say too much now because I'll say it later. But the
Yeah.
way that he manipulates heroes is pretty cool. But
I'm excited to hear that. Yeah, I also think his original design. We're talking about the original Loki, which is
Yeah.
kind of silly, but with the horns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
It's
that's
so
threatening.
sick. And I mean, obviously being part of Norse mythology and being like, I mean, obviously you get to see Asgard and
Right,
Odin
yeah.
and all
Comes
that
with
sort of
super cool
brotherhood.
comics.
Oh yeah, really
That's
cool
good 10.
comics.
visualization.
I,
It's
like,
good.
I like the 10 there. The next one on the list, number 9, is technically, I believe, a Titans villain.
Oh.
And Marvel has their response. Marvel and DC went back and forth in creating basically similar people. And the Marvel version of this character is Deadpool, and the DC version is a much more serious version of this, and that is Deathstroke.
That's true. He's also a Batman villain, but
Technically, yes. I think he debuts as a Titans villain though. Does he not?
I know he's both in that realm.
Deathstroke battled Arrow too in that TV
Yeah.
show, and he
Yeah.
was a beast in that show.
I mean, DC has several like killer assassins who don't miss. Deathshot is that
There,
Yeah.
yeah. there's a
is
lot
another
of them.
one, but I think
Peacemaker
Deathstroke
is another one.
I think Deathstroke is by far the top tier of those.
Yeah, Deathstroke
One
is-
because of his design is just sick.
his design is sick.
I mean, the split face with the
Mhm.
orange and then like the skull,
and he's good at everything.
Yeah,
He's good at everything. Did you put him where it is because of like his intelligence? Because I'm pretty sure he's cunning in that sense of like being a supervillain, even though he doesn't have.
I know he's a paid mercenary, so like
Yeah.
I feel like he, along with those other people, are paid to do their job. Like that's their sort of MO.
Yeah.
But I think he also just he's evil.
Mm.
Yeah, it's hard for me to judge this one because we have 8 slots left. Because when he is kind of a like
I mean,
we
his
said,
name is
he's
also
paid.
sick. Slade Wilson.
It is sick.
Slade Wilson.
And he's paid to do what he does, right? He's a mercenary, and so it doesn't really the word super villain. I wouldn't think of Deathstroke,
Yeah.
but I mean, I gotta see the rest of the
This says he has the super soldier serum. The DC, he's a U.S. Army operative who gains enhanced physical and mental abilities from an experimental super soldier serum.
So an
Right.
evil Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
The
kinda.
greatest and deadliest
Do you
assassin
know
in
who
the
we're talking
DC
about?
universe.
Yes.
I-
The
I re-
greatest and deadliest assassin.
I don't know. I think it would be an honorable mention for me just because in of itself, I think there's more powerful and more threatening Batman villains.
That's true.
And
I mean, but
I don't
Batman
really
has a
know
lot of villains.
He does. So I'm interested to see what your next.
Yeah,
eight
that's
are,
that's
but-
why I said I don't want to critique this one too much because there's a
Yeah.
lot of villains left on the table, and if you use them right, then this one won't seem that bad. But
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right.
Okay.
Number 8.
And then we're staying pretty level-headed through this so far. Now, these two were interchanged for me. So Deathstroke and the person who comes next. I don't like how this person was portrayed in the movies, and they've only been in one movie. But I think they're ultimately more powerful than the movie let on, and that is Taskmaster.
I was hoping you were going to say someone
Okay.
else.
Who were you hoping I was going to say?
I'm hoping you were going to say Murdoch, but
I mean, Murdoch would be sick. I
he was
thought about
portrayed
Murdoch.
so terribly in
Yes.
Quantumania. But Taskmaster, that makes sense.
which one's Murdoch again?
He's the big head.
He's the floating head.
Super
Oh,
smart.
dude,
He's
was
like
terrifying
genius.
in the comics.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
he's super scary. He's not on this list, but
That's
I mean,
disappointing.
I know I like
mm.
Murdoch, but I'm not a big I mean, Murdoch's sick, and very like obviously his intelligence and capabilities in science and whatnot. But
No.
I can see why why these two were interchangeable. They're very similar. And Taskmaster is super cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, what he does.
he learns
Right,
all the
yeah, it's
moves.
super
and then
cool.
Once he
Just copy
faces
it.
you again, he.
I mean,
copies
I
your
used to
moves
watch him in like the old TV shows, like growing up, and
design also sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just another one where like I hope the top 7 is better because once again, when I hear super villain, these feel like my comparison to this is, and this is like you use, let's say the new Aquaman movie, right? Like Black Manta was one of Aquaman's most famous
Yeah.
like person that he fought, but the overall villain in that was Norm.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
I feel like these are like supporting villains in a way, if that makes sense.
I think you can get away with one of them, but not both of them. So I disagree with that.
if
think
I
you
had to
should
take
have
one or
only
the
had-
other, I would have taken Taskmaster. Wow, I'm struggling
I
with
would
that.
agree with that too.
So
You think
what
so?
you're saying is the people so far are what a supervillain hires to go do the dirty work. That's
Yeah,
what you're saying.
I- that's what you're
yeah,
saying.
I think
Okay.
I like Loki, but yeah,
No, yeah. Well,
but yes,
yeah.
these last two,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't put Lex Luthor on this list. Do you want Lex Luthor?
No.
on this
What?
list? I don't
Not
think
at
so.
all.
No.
what?
no, I'm not a
No.
huge Lex Luthor guy.
Okay, that's great. Okay,
Where would you put Lex Luthor then?
Like top 5.
No. I
Yeah.
mean, he's just
The argument's
he's just
there. You
He's
could
just
definitely
a
make the argument.
billionaire who has bad intentions.
Well, I mean, he does
Okay.
almost defeat Superman.
He's
Yes.
he's a genius.
Yeah, he's a
Yes, he
genius.
is. He is. He is.
I mean, he
okay.
almost defeats Superman.
But he
You
doesn't
could
have.
argue
But
he's
like,
the greatest
here's the
superhero.
thing: all these people that I've listed have powers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think anybody on this list doesn't have powers.
Okay, well,
Okay. Well, then
you're
hold
leaving
on.
out the
Then-
greatest villain
yeah,
ever.
I'm about to say.
Okay, well, one person doesn't have
Maybe
powers.
two, because there's another one that I think deserves a top 3 spot that doesn't have powers.
Okay,
but-
I don't know who. I know you're the number one.
I
should
think
be,
we're
in
all
my
thinking
opinion.
of the same
Yeah,
number
I think
one.
so too.
But like,
There's another Batman villain that deserves to be in the top 10. 100% top 5, but if you should put him in the top 10.
okay, we'll
Very
get
confused.
Alright, let's-
we'll
let's-
get there in a second.
Let's
Okay,
keep
okay,
going.
well-
Number 7.
Yeah, number 7.
number 7, and okay, I'll just say it, and then we'll see where this goes. Thanos at 7.
Wow, that's 7.
That's
Yeah.
high.
I agree.
I think
that's
it's pretty high too.
I
but I
agree,
think
that's
that's
high.
where he's right on this
Wait,
list.
like he shouldn't be ranked higher than 7?
I agree.
I think he should be like 5.
I think.
I think he
well,
should be like higher in the list.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
disagree.
saying.
Lower
Oh.
number. Yeah.
lower
I disagree
number.
with that.
No, I think he's pretty for this list. I think he's pretty accurately
I
placed.
agree with it. I honestly, I would have done a thing where like I would have just done one Taskmaster or Deathstroke and then put Thanos at 8, because Thanos is very threatening, but anyone with the Infinity Gauntlet is
Right, like yes, he can control.
true,
the,
but he
the-
did
he
have
can
the whole
control
plan
the
the whole
gauntlet.
time.
It's true,
And he's been
No,
planning it for
no,
a long time.
I agree.
And
with
I
that.
think Thanos is, I think, I mean, obviously aura is a big word in today's world, but like I think the aura of Thanos
Mhm.
and the like, the kind of like level headedness and mellow emotional status that he kind of has, and
Mhm.
when he fights, when he talks, like everybody else. That's why I think he could beat the Marvel, right? Like they get so worked up on emotions, and Thanos is just like
level-headed.
here. Yeah. And like Thanos was willing to do whatever it took to achieve what he got, and he did it. And I just think
100%.
So
We're
two
talking about
things.
him killing Gamora.
You said anybody with the gauntlet is powerful. Well, not everybody's going to be able to holster the gauntlet. Like
That's
that's
fair.
what I think makes
That's
him
true.
makes him powerful.
Any Titan
one.
would be able to, though. Anyone of his species would be able to.
But
Right.
what I'm saying is he's got the intelligence to Gibbs' other point to where I think he should be higher on the list.
yeah.
I think he's very smart, but I think you take away the gauntlet, he's just another Titan. Like,
Yeah.
and I think there's a person higher on this list who I won't give away much. But anyway, I think without the gauntlet, he's just another
But I think
big
if we,
guy who's
if we
fighting
just,
a war.
Right, but I think if we dumb down, like if you take away Taskmaster's ability to master task, he sucks. Like
That's true.
If we take
I
away
think-
the
I
main
think
component
the
of the
difference
villain,
is
the,
that,
like-
that point is like if I take away Superman's strength,
But that's
He's
their,
just
but
another
that's their,
superhero that
that's their
flies.
power. Like Thanos obviously is the being that is capable, a super intelligent and strong being that can contain the gauntlet.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But that's not his power.
Like there, in
Like
the,
it
in
is
the,
a feature.
Yes, I agree with that. There are other people that hold the gauntlet and can hold the gauntlet and do just
so
as much.
my argument with the intelligence thing is like what makes a supervillain a supervillain? Because if they just had the powers and had good intentions with those powers, then they wouldn't be a
They wouldn't be a
supervillain.
supervillain.
So I
That's
feel
true.
like Thanos' like worldview and like his evil kind of
Well-
plan makes him better than
In the eyes of Thanos, though, he doesn't think what he's doing is evil.
which
he thinks he's doing
probably
good.
makes him
More
of
evil?
a
More
super
evil,
villain.
yeah.
villain.
I'll give
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, number
It might
6.
It's interesting. Yeah. The number 6 I have again. This is again my personal list. I don't think y'all are gonna think this is properly placed, but I think it is properly placed just because of the way he's depicted in the TV show, the cartoons, and how like actually like sinister this person is. It's the Reverse Flash. Bennett does not like that take.
No, I think it should be higher.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He's terrifying.
He's scary.
He is
like very-
insane. And
Yeah, we're talking like, yes, obviously wicked smart.
I think it should be higher.
Designed the particle accelerator,
Yeah,
gave himself super
he's-
speed, and then the design of the yellow, the reversed yellow and red,
Yeah, it is freaky.
is so crazy
that would be
with
a
the
top
red
3
eyes.
personally.
I mean, he's sick. What is his name? Eobard Thawne.
Eobard Thawne.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, and in the most recent TV show that they make him in, he is terrifying in
Yeah.
that.
Well, not towards the later season, but the first season.
yeah, the
very
first season
threatening.
he's terrifying. Yeah.
I'm disappointed by that, obviously. But we'll see.
Here's my thing that hurts him. Phenomenal villain, right? And like within his role, just the Flash is just not a big enough superhero for me to like.
But he fights
run
the
that with.
Justice
So-
League in
so-
several of these like.
Can I say something? So
Comics
you know
and
what
whatnot.
Flashpoint is? It's kind of explored in the show, but it's this
Yeah, a little
huge
bit.
deal in the comics where it's like the entire timeline is reversed, everything's changed. It's, the universe has changed forever, and that's caused by Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's just a
it's like-
psycho who's just running through time, like and just
Messing
changing,
things up,
messing things
yeah.
up. And it's just like crazy the amount of like change and impact he can have, and his ability. The only person who can technically really defeat him. I mean, yes, you could say Superman can travel just as fast, but like he's a Flash villain first and foremost.
Mhm.
And how sick is it to have two speedsters just tearing it up, doing stuff at super speed? But like he does fight the Justice League and other people. Excuse you, Gib.
You're right. I just do that. I think it's the
WD-40.
only thing that hurts him is that the fact that he is a Flash villain, and just the Flash is just not that big.
I think
enough of a
I think he's
superhero.
one of the most powerful Flash villains, if not the most
He
powerful.
is
Right,
the
but I'm
most
saying,
Flash-
yeah,
most
he
powerful.
is. But I'm saying he's a Flash villain.
No, yeah, I
Flash
get
is
what
not a
you're
good
saying.
enough superhero.
He's,
for
he's
me.
saying the box that he's put in.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
but like when
fair.
you say he fought the Justice League, that tremendously helps his argument. Because if he didn't do that and he was strictly a Flash villain, he would be way lower on this
Right.
list.
That's
All right.
fair.
moving on.
All right, so number five,
five.
is basically this is starting the top five, and this is where I put the DC version of Thanos. In my opinion, he's more powerful. I think he does a better job of being more scary and condescending, and that's where I put Darkseid.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I wish they would take the next step on the Justice League
I
and
would-
make
I
a
wish they
movie
would
with him.
too.
Like I don't.
Well, they're headed in the right direction, so
Yeah, but
hopefully
they
5
lost
years,
the
6 years.
steam. Like they after that first Justice League, I was a huge fan of the first Justice League, the most recent one. With Gal Gadot and Aquaman.
Really?
I actually really
The
enjoyed
Snyder
that.
cut or the which one?
The first one.
Okay,
I really enjoyed
with
it.
Steppenwolf and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
And I think they did a really good job with Aquaman, the first Aquaman.
First
like
Aquaman.
first Aquaman's great.
the first Wonder Woman's not bad. The villain sucks, but the first Wonder Woman movie's not bad.
I agree.
Yeah,
so
the first. Yeah.
Like they were moving well, and you were starting to get like comics were resurfacing of Darkseid. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, let's make this movie. And now, I mean, that movie came out 10 years ago now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been in a resetting process since 2020.
The
basically.
new Flash movie sucked.
It
Yeah,
did.
but
Aquaman 2 was not good.
but I've heard a bunch of great things about the Superman movie, which is basically the official
I've
start of
heard that
James
too.
Gunn new DC.
Yeah, I mean,
movies,
James
so-
Gunn has taken over. I think it just puts into perspective how incredible what Marvel did and Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers did, and how incredible that like wave of years is.
Yeah.
But does that mean we have to drop? Like we're gonna have to get new casting for everybody else now if we're gonna do
Yeah.
a Darkseid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
It's
think
gonna- that's what I mean. But it's gonna.
I
take
think
a few
Jason
years.
Momoa is a phenomenal Aquaman.
Well, he's not playing Aquaman anymore, but
and
he
Gal
is going to
Gadot's
be.
not playing Wonder Woman anymore.
No, but he's going to be a villain in the new Supergirl movie next year.
Yeah. So
it's like a werewolf or something. I don't know.
yeah, but I don't know. They were rolling with. I hope James Gunn. I've heard great things about the Superman movie too, and I hope they can move with it. But where DC was really bad. Like they did not capture the opportunity they had. Because I thought Wonder Woman 2 was horrendous.
It wasn't really bad.
It was a terrible movie.
Yeah, it wasn't
so
very good.
I thought
Did
Batman.
you see it, Will?
I saw like a little bit of it, and it was like all the DC movies, like, well, I shouldn't say all, most of the DC movies, because I'm just such a big Marvel fan. I've
Yeah.
never been a big DC guy. Like, I'll sit down, it's like, all right, this is the time.
Yeah.
I get about 45 minutes to an hour into it. It's like, I'm not interested.
I mean,
Aquaman's the best one out of the most recent
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
And DC,
I would
and
agree with that.
if we're talking about building up to a Darkseid movie, you just need one new origin story. Like we know everybody's origin story, and like you don't have to build from the origin story point to keep going.
Yeah, and
You can't
And I
just
think
start because
that's-
we know how
I
everybody
think that's
is.
happening more and more now.
I mean, 100%. It
yeah.
has to.
Like,
Like you
the-
can't just
the-
keep making the same movie over
The
and
new
over
the
again.
new Batman movie is not going to be an origin story. I mean, he's going to have a Robin already.
Yeah.
So
Right, and that's huge.
That-
you
that's-
need that.
Which
which
is
has
right.
never happened.
Right, you have
since
a
like
Robin.
the 60s.
You have like a Robin, and then like My thing is, we've mentioned like Flash and Arrow. Like, did y'all watch the old Justice League TV show, the old cartoon Justice?
Yep.
Like, they had
Yeah.
everybody, right?
Yeah.
It was Cyborg, right?
And they-
That's-
yeah.
like,
Yep.
they had- I'm a huge
Martian
Arrow
Manhunter.
Yeah,
Green
like,
Arrow. Yeah, like
Martian
growing up,
Manhunter's
I was a
huge.
huge Arrow fan, right? You know, because you could change him, which was so cool, and that's why I watched the TV show, Flash. And then when they came out that new Justice League, like they had a little bit of it. And it's like there's so many more characters. Even
I mean,
the
yeah.
Hawk people, like there's so
Yeah,
many more
Hawkman,
like cool
yeah.
Justice
Hawkeye
League
and
Hawkeye,
characters
yeah.
that we could bring
I
in.
mean,
They,
just
not
Hawkeye.
even
Well,
like
they
you
were
said.
they were mentioned in the which one with Adam, and what movie was that? Oh, Black Adam. And Black Adam. Hawk,
Right. Yeah.
Hawkman's
right. Yeah.
in that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Hawkeye.
Hawk Girl is in the new Superman.
that was also a bad
Right.
movie.
That was a
but
bad movie.
CGI was terrible. Or the
Just the storytelling in general
Yeah.
was terrible.
But, like,
the movie
when-
was bad.
when like there's just so even like I agree with you. Let's get one more like origin story, but then like let's just bring everybody in for a Justice League movie and
Yeah.
somehow incorporate them because everybody knows who they are at this point. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like
100%.
we're creating new characters, so
Yeah.
it's like I think there's
Yeah.
definitely an opportunity there. But all right, number 4.
There's several groups that we haven't touched yet in Marvel, and one of those groups is the Fantastic Four, which is why I put Doctor Doom at 4.
Yep.
100%.
Great. Perfect.
Justified.
Yeah.
I agree.
100% justified.
I don't so, like I know like because he's awful, like Victor Von Doom, crazy design, crazy skills, but he's like also a mage, like magician wizard almost. Like
so
I don't fully understand his power. I'm hoping
yes,
Bennett can
he's,
give me
he's
some
a
clarity
crazy
on this.
scientist, but
Right.
there's a run which I assume is happening in what Secret Wars, like the movie that they're making, in Doomsday is going to be based off of, where there's this character called the Beyonder, who is universe warping, and basically he assumes the powers of him, and that's how he's able to create Battle World and causes Secret World. So
Interesting.
that's where he gets his powers from.
Having RDJ in that role, I don't know. I feel like they should have cast
I think-
somebody else.
Yeah, like
I agree.
I think it was a cool announcement at the time. It's like, hey, he's back, yay! And then everybody was like,
He's Iron Man.
Yeah,
he probably should not
like,
be
you
doing it.
cannot-
Yeah,
Like there's definitely, don't get me wrong, I don't ever want to be that guy where it's like, when an actor acts, that's their one role for their whole life. But like he's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like he needs if he wants to make another good movie, it's got to be out of the superhero world because Iron Man is
Yeah. I mean, he was.
I mean, you might prove us
Marvel.
wrong, but
He is
Start,
like he
like-
is the Marvel wave, and because of
Yeah.
him, it continued.
right.
I know chronologically, like Captain America, First Avenger, whatever, but like
Iron
when
Man's
the movie,
honestly-
when the movie released, like he was Marvel.
Oh, you're talking about like
What
when
they-
the movie started? Yeah,
Yeah.
when the releases started, Iron Man 1. And let's talk about a fantastic movie. Like Iron Man 1
Oh,
hits
great.
every time.
I think the whole Iron Man trilogy is really good.
I don't think the third one's very good.
I
But
love
which
the
I
third
love
one.
the third one too.
I
And like
don't.
it got so much hate
Wait,
when it came out.
which one's the
the
third one?
Mandarin's
It's
such
the
a sick
Mandarin.
villain, and I think
Ready
he's just
for
underdone.
Another lesson.
But like the scene where he's like breaking into the house and it's literally just him being Tony Stark and like using his like brain and it's I don't know, it's
Yeah,
great.
It's
like
you see Tony Stark in a new light, which is really
it
cool.
proves that he's more than Iron Man. And, like,
well, 100%.
do you think
it's
the
great.
fake Mandarin takes away like that funny
No,
scene
I
where
did.
they
I
had
did.
that?
No. I think that's part of it. Like
Yeah.
I just think.
I love
I just
that
think the
movie.
Mandarin is a much more complex villain than they let on.
yeah, and they try to like backtrack with Shang-Chi and
Yeah,
do that, but
No,
Shang-Chi, yeah, that movie had so much potential.
it did. It really
it
did.
was all
Sick
right.
choreography.
Yeah, it was solid.
That's all right.
Solid.
It's one of the better movies of Phase 4.
Give me your
Yeah.
top
Yes.
3.
All right, starting
Yes.
with the top 3. Now, this person is 3 because they're technically not considered a true villain. They go back and forth between hero, anti-hero, villain. But based on the House of M comics and the sheer amount of most powerful human being to be, we have the Scarlet Witch at 3.
I have trouble thinking about her as a villain. And that's why I'm a little frustrated.
Okay, well, can I
with how
explain?
much-
Can I
Closer
explain what
with-
the House of M comics are?
Can I say something
Go
about
ahead,
in
Ben.
House of M though, she's trying to protect her kids. That's why she resets
well,
everything.
her kids die.
Yes.
and then she brings
goes
in
insane.
alters the reality,
Uh-huh.
and ends up at the end of the House of M. She says no more mutants and
Yeah.
kills almost all of them.
Yes. To save
I mean,
her
like,
kids.
but like we're talking, yes, but we're talking about on the sheer level of power and abilities, and she is manipulated and used for evil, and she starts in the X-Men comics. She starts as an aide to Magneto.
Well, she's technically in the comics. It's her daughter. She's the daughter of Magneto.
I think, yeah, okay.
But
I just know there's a villain that's gonna be left out on this list, and it's just making me more and more disappointed.
I can't see my problem with that is I think Lex Luthor's like I know he's not as powerful, but I still think he's a better villain than like Scarlet
but,
Witch.
Like, okay, but like if you're taking these like one-on-one matchups, nobody's gonna beat the Scarlet Witch. Like that's why
Right,
we're
but I
putting her
don't think
there.
a villain is about power. Like
That's why.
okay, I
But
think I
that's
had
why I
some, like,
prefaced that she is like the reason she's so high on this list is because she's so powerful. And in the Multiverse of Madness, not a good movie, but it just shows you that like when she wants to be evil, the amount of capability of destruction she is
Well,
able.
yeah, I mean, she's definitely. When she was a hero, you could argue she's the strongest Avenger. Like, I mean,
she was
Right,
It's
I mean-
not really. Yeah.
yeah, but like, I just don't think that's what makes a supervillain is their strength. Like, I'm with Bennett on a Lex Luthor. I think I'm the only person in here that thinks Bane is a top 3 villain, and strictly
Yeah,
because of the
that's-
third Batman, he is a phenomenal villain.
I agree.
Like,
He's
he
not on this
breaks
list, right?
Batman.
He's not on the list.
No, he was
Wow.
considered. but
That
he's
is
not on the
that
list.
is terrible. Like the fact that you have Deathstroke and Taskmaster and all these idiots. He's not an honorable mention. Like that is horrendous, dude. Like he breaks Batman. Like he physically and mentally destroys Batman. And then I mean, partially his mistakes are what builds him back up. But like blowing up every bridge in Gotham, turning it into an absolute mayhem. Like he is such a good villain. And
He is. But
and the
that's just
fact-
the movie.
I
We're
think
just
you,
talking
I
about
think
the
you
movie.
are basing it a little off
That's
the movie
fine.
because he's not as
That's
threatening
fine.
in the comics.
But the Scarlet Witch has nothing supporting her case other than she's strong, in my opinion. I don't think she's an interesting character at all in any of the comics,
Okay, I disagree
shows,
with that,
movie.
but
I will say, like,
I just don't think I think she's insanely powerful. I think you're right. She can do bad things, but I don't think she's a supervillain.
I just think possibly because she's on the spectrum of like her power can make her that dangerous,
Power,
and why
power,
she was a
power.
threat.
But it just sounds like a what if game. It's like a what if.
Right,
Like,
like-
if she did this, she's a big greatest supervillain ever. And it's like,
I just don't see her as a villain.
Okay, number 2.
I am brain.
Another X-Men villain, the longest
really
running.
off of the dock.
Sorry, we're gonna do that the
Yeah,
rest of the
no.
episode.
This would be painful for you. The most powerful, one of the most powerful mutants, and the first villain of the X-Men, Magneto.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be there at some point. I'm not an X-Men expert, but I know, I mean, he's got to be at least top 10. It's got to be somewhere up there.
Again,
I think he's in the top 10. I think he'd be a top. Sorry, Sted, to cut you off, but I think he's definitely a top 5. Like me personally, we all have our one. Obviously, I think we all agree on. And then like I'd put Lex Luthor, Reverse Flash, and then put like Magneto
Under them. Okay. I mean, yeah.
But
It's driving me. Just say your number 1 so we just have it.
I was just gonna. The only thing I was gonna say
it better
is
be this person.
Yeah.
If not, I am walking out.
a couple of the last few. It's like, okay, I'm not disappointed that they're on the list. I mean, Scarlet Witch, I'm disappointed that she was on the list, but like, it's still too high for me.
Really?
Yeah,
I just think he's the most one of the he's an Omega level mutant. Like, you know, started and is the beginning. If you want to talk about just the movies, the X-Men movies have gone up and down, but like in the comics, he starts as with the sick helmet.
Yeah,
we
no,
go back to design. Like his helmet is insanely cool. One of the most powerful artifacts in comics.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
like yeah,
I agree
I mean-
with his. I think that's a higher one, and that but I don't think it's a top 3.
In the number 1, we have the villain of villains. I mean, he is the man, the myth, the Joker.
Yeah, great. Okay.
See, but here's my thing with that is you choose a guy like Joker as your number 1 and he does a clear number 1 and you don't even talk about Lex Luthor or Bane. And it's like, if we're going to put what makes Joker Joker, right? 1, it's his ability to manipulate Batman.
Yes.
He literally manipulates a superhero into not being able to kill him because Batman feels like Joker is a part of him. And then Joker's ability.
Well, that's part of Batman's rules. Is Batman, you know, start in the original drawings of Batman, he had a gun and whatnot, killed people. But then when his origin story came out and his parents were shot down at gunpoint, Batman's principles was that he no longer killed anybody. That's why he puts people in the asylum.
That's also true, but he's had so many opportunities to put Joker at a complete end and not necessarily like not even kill him or put him in an asylum, but like there are so many better things that he could have done, but he literally can't because it's Joker. And I think Joker's ability to mentally warp everybody and outsmart everybody and be a move ahead of everybody and be so visually like terrifying. If
Yeah.
we're even in the movies and the cartoons, like he is just a
100%.
terrifying.
His
and
iteration,
he's
the
a
amount
villain
of
that makes you
iterations he has.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And I just think to leave out Bane and Lex Luthor, not saying they're on the same scale, but I just think it's like a tragedy, especially putting like Deathstroke and Taskmaster above those guys. I think your list is very good. I will say that. There's a lot
Thank you.
that I like about your list. I think the term supervillain is not clear because with like a Scarlet Witch, obviously the two I've named repeatedly, it's like is it really a supervillain or are they just like a? It's just I'm not like very comfortable with the list because I don't feel like a lot of people are like the true villains sometimes.
It's understandable. I mean, look, if we look at, I use ChatGPT to give me a starting point, and this was their top 3. Doctor Doom at 1, the Joker at 2, Magneto at 3, and then Darkseid at 4, and Green Goblin at 5.
Yeah, that's not true.
I
But,
know, but
I mean,
like,
Green Goblin's a great villain. He's not one of the.
No, he's
He's a
not one
great
of
villain.
the, I mean, fantastic villain, not one of the top 5.
I'm not. I think everyone you said, I'm glad you said. Like, I'm trying to look through a list right now of people, and I'm trying to think.
Yeah, okay, so
What-
Gibbs upset,
what-
like
what
Gibbs
do I
upset,
wish?
rightfully so that Bane's not on this list, and that's fair.
Just not
but-
even mentioned. Just not even mentioned.
Yeah, I think he should be an honorable mention. I don't. Think
I mean,
he should
I
I
be
think
top
he's
10.
top 5.
I have one that was not mentioned that I thought was going to be an honorable mention. I'm not saying it deserves like top 10, top 5, but it should be at least in the conversation. Is the Hydra Red Skull?
Yeah, I think that should be an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. for
Like,
sure.
eh,
I totally agree.
just for me, like I think he deserves to be mentioned because of. I just think, and how he comes back in the later movies, and
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Okay,
just.
What do you guys? One that I just saw that I think Brainiac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's-
Brainiac and like Apocalypse and all those people, like you're gonna take somebody from like the outer space, other worlds, and come in to dominate Earth, and like I just feel like if we're gonna pick one of those villains, we should pick Thanos or Darkseid. Like
Fair.
I don't think if we're comparing them that they're gonna be the same level.
If we're talking about which superhero has the best line of villains he has to face, it's Batman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean he was
Freaking
just,
Joker,
I mean,
Two-Face, Riddler, Scarecrow, Penguin, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Ra's al Ghul, Bane, Hush, Clayface, Killer Croc.
Hush is
Yeah.
sick.
Dude, those
God,
that's a
Hush
crazy
is
list.
100%.
No, yeah, Batman has
There's
the best lineup,
a couple-
and that's why DC is so strong.
I have
Yeah.
2 other honorable mentions that I would wish you would have
Yeah.
talked about, and this goes back to an intelligent individual. And I think the more you watch the movie, I think the movie, in an initial look, is not great. But I think when you watch it multiple times and you really understand the villain, I think Ultron is a super fascinating villain that
I was
deserves a
gonna say that,
conversation.
yeah.
I would agree.
I mean,
And-
yeah, I've looked at Ultron, and I just don't think Ultron. But yeah, I mean, Ultron very fascinating.
If we're going back to this kind of like, I just think where you really lose me is Deathstroke and Taskmaster. Like, I just think they're just terrible. But if we're talking about them, I think Killmonger deserved a conversation. I think his villain, his aura, his kind of ability to
Wait, say that one more time.
Killmonger, Black Panther. I
Yeah,
think
but that's along the same lines as like the Deathstroke and Taskmaster.
right.
Like,
But
if
that's
you're
what I'm
gonna-
saying. If we're gonna talk about him, he should have been mentioned.
And same thing with Ultron too. And I don't know how strong either of them are in the comics. So
Right.
I only have the movie to base
That's
them
true.
off of, and I don't necessarily think that's a complete picture
I mean,
of the character.
I keep
said
thinking of
honorable mention.
Ultron, and like that movie, Age of Ultron. Like the hero of that movie is Jarvis. Jarvis shuts him out, and then they start to win.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, well, Vision, but
Yeah, it's Vision.
Right, right. But no, but like Vision
Yeah,
and
but it's
Jarvis
Vision, yeah.
hack Ultron.
Yeah.
And yes, the creation of
and
Vision
that is
really
with
important.
the power of the Mind Stone.
Right,
So
it
it's
is.
Infinity
It's Vision.
Stone,
It is.
So,
Going back to what was it 8 and 9 was Taskmaster
Yeah, and Deathstroke. Yeah.
I would put the Red Skull in at least 8
Really?
if over
Really?
those 2.
Why?
Wow.
I just
Why?
don't.
Those
I
two.
think they're supporting villains. I
That's
don't
what I'm
think it's a
saying.
But you're
villain.
putting Red Skull at 8.
No, I
think
would
if
put
you-
Red Skull at 8, but I just think they're not a super villain. If we're talking about the most terrifying, dangerous, mind manipulating,
yes, okay,
they're not
that's
up
fine.
there.
Yeah,
I think you
agree,
can only have like
but-
one of those,
okay.
And it's
like,
10.
and
It's
it's like
10.
10.
Oh,
or
okay,
eight-
but
eight,
you
nine, or
like
one of those.
Loki in the 10. I think Loki's appropriately put in the 10.
But I could easily take Loki out of the top 10.
But okay,
I like
that's what
into an 8
that's
or
what
9.
that's what makes
I-
I think it my list is that
He
I think
could
I
be
just made it
he could
because-
be 8 through 10, but if you forced me to take him out of the top 10, I'd be comfortable with replacing him.
Like out like top 15, top 20.
Yeah, like an
okay,
honorable
okay,
mention,
okay,
like
cool.
11. Like I would be totally comfortable moving Loki.
I just think
I
that
wouldn't
if,
for someone like Red Skull.
but if
I
it-
would for people like Lex Luthor and Bane.
Oh, okay, yes. I think where you can get rid of Scarlet Witch, personally,
Yeah.
and put
I agree,
Lex
I
Luthor.
agree with that
Alright.
too.
I think
My-
that's my biggest gripe.
My
Right
Red
now.
Skull argument just goes circling around Hydra, because if we were doing like villain groups, like I feel like Hydra would be
Yeah,
up
Hydra
there.
is
Yes.
definitely one of
You know?
those. Yes.
I
I
agree.
And
mean,
like I just feel like he's such a prominent figure and leader within Hydra.
I wanted to put the Winter Soldier on here, but like to Gibbs' point, like he's just a role player and he's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not a
he's
super
not. But
villain.
like you talking like character design and how sick they are as an
Yeah.
individual, like Bucky Barnes as the Winter Soldier
It's
is
so
is
cool.
so
such
sick.
a cool character. But like, if here's my thing, if we extend this past Marvel and DC, and we think of like initial super villains, like you think of like Voldemort,
Well,
Darth Vader.
okay, but like,
those guys
the
are like
super villain implies superpowers of
true.
some kind. So we can just say greatest villains of all time. I think that's
if it was greatest villain, would Lex Luthor and Bane be on this list? Like if it was greatest villains within Marvel and
if
DC,
I'm
would
pulling
Bane
from
and Luthor
different
be?
franchises.
No,
Like
if
just
it was
Marvel
Marvel
and
DC, and we just said greatest
Just
villain,
villain.
would Bane and Luthor be there?
I mean, maybe, but like then
that's
again, the Joker
crazy.
doesn't have superpowers, and he's the only one on the list who doesn't technically have superpowers. But he's a supervillain because of his intellect and his
I just
manipulation ability.
Yeah, you just lost me there. But if we take from different franchises and you look at all of the villains ever, I just think
I might have missed with Lex Luthor. That's I understand that one. I don't know if I truly understand the Bane one because to me
don't
Bane
know.
is just a meathead.
Okay, I wouldn't go there because he's
Whoa.
very intelligent.
In
but
the-
you need
in
to
the
rewatch
comics.
that movie, dude.
Well,
If you think
no.
he's
You're
a-
basing it solely on the movie, which
He
is
is
one piece of media.
he is
Okay,
more
you're
of a
right,
meathead.
but he's not a meathead in that movie.
No, he's not.
In the comics, he is more of a meathead. But
Yes,
I don't
he
think
is.
that
He's
sums
kind of
up
a
the
brute
entire
strength guy in
character.
the comics.
Right.
I think you have to take into
He's
account
also
the movie's
massive in the comics. Like he's
depiction.
huge.
Yeah, in the comics, he's kind of like a brute strength guy.
And
that
in the
just kinda
comics, he
bulldog.
has more like in the movie, he doesn't really have powers. He's just super strong, right?
Yeah.
Like in the
It was
comics,
more- it
he
was
has
more
like that
so-
serum that like gives him
he
his
had,
strength.
well, and that's
Yeah.
why he grows. And like
Yeah.
his design is sick. Like his mask in the movie is sick, but also in the comics, he's got like the black mask
Yeah,
with
because
the
he had
eyes
that
and
serum.
Yeah.
In him, yeah.
Right.
That he's not a meathead for sure. I just
Okay, well, you want to do everyone's top three kind of to go against yours, Connor?
Sure.
So,
We got a tea time.
we got tea
Oh,
time.
we gotta
okay.
Okay.
hold on. We can do it real quick. It'll take long.
I'll go.
Are you going 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3?
I'll probably go 1, 2, 3. I think Joker, Lex Luthor, Reverse Flash.
Okay.
Pretty simple. Yeah.
Stat.
Joker, Thanos, Bane.
Really? You put Bane up there too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
I'd probably have to say Joker, Bane, Luthor, and then
So
Luthor
all
and
DC,
Reverse Flash
all
are tied.
DC.
Yeah.
All DC.
Yeah.
I mean, DC is built on villains. Like they are much more a villain universe
Yeah,
than
for
Marvel
sure.
is.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I mean, Marvel definitely did the thing where they just pulled and copied characters and made different characters out of.
Marvel
yeah,
has
out of
better.
the
Slade
Marvel-
Wilson, Wade Wilson.
Yeah, I know. It was like
Marvel
the
has some
Deadpool
better
te-
superheroes,
Deathstroke.
but
definitely
DC
has
is
some
a
better
long shot better villains.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Thank
All
you
right.
guys. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead. Gib.
thank you, Connor. That was your first top 10. All we have left is Stad's top 10. You haven't done one, correct? Right?
Yeah, we're
So-
figuring one out.
Yeah, we're gonna come back with y'all with another top 10 for Stad.
I'm now 22.
He's now 22. Yeah, birthday man.
Happy birthday, Stad.
Big month of July. He's 22 years old. He got engaged earlier, so big congrats to our guy. But all that good news. Get to class on time. Have fun.